Good morning and welcome back. Let's check in, see what Mike Eppel's doing. Good morning, Mike.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
All right, thank you.
I'm trying to match your microphone here with the blue. That's my my goal every day to match you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of a color combo going on here, don't we?
We're trying to complement one another, are we?
It's amazing. It's amazing I can actually match colors this early in the morning.
There you go.
On a Monday.
I can barely string sentences together at this early. Where do we begin? Peloton. So there's some speculation here, Mike, that there might be a bit of takeover. What is going on?
Well, look, the company has lost 80% of its market value from the pandemic peak when everybody was inside and signing up for virtual fitness classes, and we saw the runaway, the boom time for companies like Peloton, like Zoom, and all of the video streaming services. Well, actually, a year ago this month, Melanie, we saw Peloton worth up around $30 billion plus. It has dropped substantially since then. It had some social media issues, we'll say, on the Sex and the City show and assorted other things that have kind of gone wrong. And it's got a lot of competition from new entrants in the fitness market space. So there's talk this morning that it might be a takeover bid. Who would be interested in buying Peloton? Because right now it's only worth about $8 billion. Sounds like a lot, but for a lot of the biggest companies in the fitness space specifically, that's kind of pocket change for maybe a Nike. Or does Apple come in and make a bid for Peloton? Now, if it's a tech company, they might be looking at a little bit more regulatory pushback out of Washington. But good chance that maybe Lululemon. How about we throw that out
Some sort
there?
of partnership there. Yeah, I see.
Sure, because they've got the mirror that Lululemon has right now. So maybe they're looking at possibly. We'll see. It's a lot of just some early talk on a Monday morning that has Peloton up 20% in pre-market trading.
Could be interesting. Okay, let's stay with that tech space because it's been, let's say, a volatile time, right? When you're following some of the big players here.
Well, Friday saw Amazon jump by 13%. Added over $100 billion in market value, one of the best or biggest single-day advances ever for a company on Wall Street. Just the addition of value to its overall market cap. And what Amazon did was announce a price increase for Prime. They're starting that in the United States, and we'll expect that likely elsewhere. But that no one's going to necessarily cancel their Prime membership because of that. It's to offset costs, they say. Let's face it, the cost of transportation has gone up substantially. And then the flip side to this is what Facebook experienced last week. Meta Platforms down 21%, lost almost $250 billion in market value over a 5-day time frame. So this has kind of been the trend that we've seen so far in the early 2022 trading year. Earnings matter, interest rates certainly matter, and the forward projections that last year it didn't matter what companies said they were going to go up on speculative buys. Well, now, it actually has come back to fundamentals, and that's kind of the way a market is supposed to work. And we'll see what this week holds. We've got a lot of key earnings coming in. Insurance companies, Canadian insurance companies start rolling out their numbers this week. And we'll also hear from another social media giant, that being Twitter. I think they report on Wednesday. So we'll see how they're faring in the social media sphere when it comes to market volatility.
Mike, you've been following the jobs reports, both Canada and U.S., and what that's going to signal for perhaps interest rates. You have any more insight there?
Well, after Friday's update on the U.S., which showed 470,000 jobs added in January, that was a surprise. The previous couple of months were actually revised higher. So the U.S. is looking at a labor market right now that is at peak capacity, and the U.S. Central Bank has a dual mandate of looking at employment and inflation. And the talk is next month they're going to start raising rates, and maybe aggressively, just because they can. They don't need emergency economic stimulus anymore. The U.S. economy, you can see it when you watch any sporting event in the States. They're fully open, and their labor market is reflecting that. Here we had the pandemic restrictions in January in Ontario and Quebec, and that's the main reason why our economy lost 200,000 jobs last month. And now there's some talk maybe the Bank of Canada has to wait until April before raising interest rates for the first time this year, although they're still likely going to go in March because the Bank of Canada's mandate is to fight inflation, which, of course, we know is sky high, up around 5%.
Okay, that's a lot to digest first thing in the morning, Mike. But thank you for doing that for us.
Okay.
Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay.
Take care.